For the latest in strategic affairs, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon for updates.
I have known Mr. Nitin Gokhale since 1998. That time, virtually both the terrorist organization, Ulfa as well as Bodos, were running Assam. They are virtually controlling Assam. He was a journalist. He continues to be a journalist. And even today, he is a leading journalist. He did not favor army. He did not favor any government agency. But in the larger interest, he made a valuable contribution. And I can say with reasonable degree of confidence that the peace which has returned to Assam, to a large extent, credit goes to Mr. Nitin Gokhale. And there is another journalist, famous journalist, Samudra Gupta Kashyap.
My association and friendship with Nitin Gokhale goes back to 1983. At that time, being young reporters, both of us, we were covering anything and everything that was happening or not happening in Guwahati and around. Right from sports to politics to literature to cinema to eating out to civic issues and crime, of course. Nitin and I were the thinnest of the reporters at that time in Guwahati, and nobody would beat us on that point also. Most of the time, Nitin Gokhale and Samudra Gupta Kashyap, the combination of these two reporters, would compete with the police to reach the spot first. When I shifted to the Indian Express in 1991, and when Nitin Gokhale had also around the time shifted to Sunday magazine, we traveled so often together that sometimes when I happened to be traveling alone to Imphal or Aizawl or Kohima, people would ask, where is the other person?
I had just been posted as IGAR North in the Assam Rifles. So I was told by my staff that a journalist who knows this area thoroughly well and is well conversant with the hierarchy of the insurgents wants to interview me. So I visualized a northeastern person who belonged to Nagaland or Assam to come and interview me, because that's what I thought would be a person who knows that area so well. But when he came to meet me, I was absolutely surprised because he looks the least like a northeastern person, but he knew the area so thoroughly, actually more than the locals knew.
Many people in Delhi probably do not know that Nitin speaks Assamese as fluently as I do.
Nitin is a Maharashtrian, but often mistaken for a Malayali. Nitin is an author and a journalist, but he is often mistaken for a senior army officer. Nitin is 60 years old and is often mistaken for a 40-year-old. Nitin has had a glorious career as a journalist, as an author.
He was very friendly, And his intention was to get the best out of you so that the viewers or the watchers and the readers could get the best of the area about which he was talking about.
What I respect him about his writings, about his simplicity, about his ability to raise his own bar in the profession of journalism, which is fraught with all kinds of challenges today's time. So his understanding of technology is far better than many others.
He took always personal interest towards making the story success. And he will listen to anybody, whether he is senior or junior, whether he is a junior cameraman or senior cameraman, he doesn't matter to him. He realized that he was new to the field, but he should play very well in the innings. This is what he aimed always. So that made him a very flawless and unflappable correspondent, and which led him to become an editor.
When I was the Director General of Military Intelligence, and he wanted to go to Kargil where the operations were taking place. We facilitated his going to Kargil, and he went to those areas where the battle was actually taking place. And the area again was not a very comfortable area to be, but that's what this man is. He wants to reach there where the action is, so that there is accuracy in his reporting.
In 2002, if you recollect, it was the time of Operation Parakram, and probably the entire world's media had descended upon Badami Bagh in Srinagar. But the one person who stood out in his own right was Nitin. There's no question about it. And what set him apart was his complete professionalism, his ability to bend his back and get down to the stories. He was prepared to spend time. He was prepared to undertake the journeys, however difficult they were. Because I was keen to show people around on the ground, rather than just give them a slick talk with the background of maps and all the glamour. And he was the one who was always up for it, and I found him to be absolutely genuine. I took an instant liking to him.
And congratulations on completing 40 glorious years in journalism. Out of these 40 years, I've known you for what? Something like 32, 33 years? This happened when I had a very bad accident, and BBC announced that I was no more, and so my brother was very worried, and Nitin really helped him out in Gokhale. That time Nitin was stationed in Gokhale. Now, those days, travel also was very difficult, and when my brother got stuck in Gokhale, Nitin really looked after him.
He is a person who has absolutely no egos. He became a very senior editor in his own stride, but he kept his his feet to the ground.
We had just climbed down from Vaishno Devi temple, right? Came back to Katra, having just lunch, and then he got a call and immediately he left. But he had to leave, and he said, "No way out. I have to leave." And we were adjusted to that, na? We knew he gave priority to his work always, so we never bothered.
I know the family very intimately. Okay, he can do that because Neha is Nitin's rock of Gibraltar, and he has got two wonderful children, Harsh and Utkarsh.
Samudragupta Kashyap and Nitin Gokhale always carry two pens with them on their pocket. You can see, even now you can see, I have 2 pens in my pocket. Even while I'm sitting and talking to you, giving this interview, I got 2 pens in my pocket. Okay. And we always carry 2 notebooks. I'm sure Nitin Gokhale also continues to do that, despite having shifted from one medium to the other, remaining in the business of news. Nitin Gokhale and Samudragupta Kashyap continues to preserve all their notebooks since almost the beginning of their career. And I must admit that after Nitin Gokhale left Guwahati for Delhi, while I myself felt the absence of Nitin Gokhale as I traveled to report for my newspaper, I also found it very interesting and very, it would make me proud that people would ask for, where is Nitin?
I'm Nitin Gokhale for Bharat Shakti for StratNewsGlobal.